T-minus 1 minute. BC, verify F9 is in startup.
Falcon 9 is in startup. Flight's authorized, control the vehicle. Stage 1, Stage 2, pressing for flight.
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds.
Falcon 9 is configured at flight pressures.
T-minus 15. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We have liftoff of Falcon 9. Falcon 9 is cleared the tower.
This is Michael Hammersley, materials engineer, and I'm going to talk you through some of what you're seeing and hearing as the vehicle continues to ascend. You can tell that we've had a successful liftoff initially. The Falcon 9 has cleared the towers, and it is rapidly approaching what's called maximum aerodynamic pressure. This is known as max Q. It's when the rocket is pushing hardest against the atmosphere.
Speed 550 meters per second, downrange distance 2.3 kilometers.
You can see the engine plume.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
The engine plume widening as the rocket is increasing in altitude and there's less pressure.
Telemetry power is still healthy. MVAC has begun chill.
MVAC chill means that the second stage engine is preparing itself to ignite. Shortly after main engine cutoff, we're going to separate the stages and begin the second stage ignition.
T plus 2 minutes. Speed 1.2 kilometers per second. Downrange distance 11 kilometers.
Main engine cutoff approaching shortly. Returning to land as the second stage powers the Orbcomm satellites to low Earth orbit.
Stage 1 is on its flip.
You can hear everyone is phenomenally excited here. The Merlin vacuum, the fairings have successfully deployed. You can hear speeds approaching 8 kilometers per second. The first stage will soon begin its series of 3 burns to head back towards Cape Canaveral. First, it will reorient itself. It will reorient itself using cold gas thrusters. It will perform 3 more burns as it approaches landing zone 1.
Stage 1 boost back is starting.
The boost back is the primary burn. that will get the vehicle moving more
Stage
slowly
propulsion is nominal.
and heading back to Cape Canaveral.
New Hampshire acquisition of signal.
Man, that is awesome. We are well on our way to taking Orbcomm to orbit, and that boost back burn, that's the first step of a really intense process to get that stage 1 back on land, man.
Yeah, like so many things just happened. My heart beat twice. Two beats since we were on last, first of all. Secondly, there were so many important things. There was first the takeoff, the immediate takeoff, which is just a huge relief. Then there's max Q, and you have the maximum pressure. Past that, huge relief. Then the stage separation, and everyone here went nuts. People here were going crazy. And then the boost back. So everything is so far looking great, right?
So far, so good. Yeah, that boost back burn is going to go on for about 30 seconds, and then it's going to cut off. We're going to flip the stage back around, and as we enter that atmosphere, those grid fins are going to pop out and start the guidance in through the atmosphere.
And so we're about 4 minutes away from when it would touch down, right?
Exactly, yes, about 4 minutes away.
Everyone's really excited.
A lot of
here.
energy.
It's awesome.
A lot of
so
energy.
much energy. So much energy. Yeah, that boost back burn is really important because it reorients us back down to the launch site, back down to landing zone 1, as opposed to normally after the first stage separates from a rocket, after the second stage separates from a rocket, that first stage will continue on a sort of ballistic trajectory and crash into the ocean, but we are coming back to land.
One of the things I think that is another thing that I just not that intuitive is what an orbit is, and so right now the second stage is
going far
to
orbit.
Right,
Yeah.
it is going faster and faster and higher to try to ping these satellites off into orbit. And what that means is you're not floating in orbit. The gravity is almost the same as it is on Earth. So what's happening is it's almost like the second stage is like a giant throwing the satellites
exactly.
as hard as you can, so that they're going 17,000 miles an hour. So you can basically curve around the Earth. They're falling, but they're going so fast that they're actually curving at the same curvature of the Earth.
Well, yeah, and I know the same thing. A lot of people that I think of space as just going up really high and back down, which is a lot of like space tourism kind of things. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to deliver satellites and stuff like that.
They're super
just
fast,
really fast
sideways.
Which is why it's really hard to bring this stage back, because the faster you go, the harder it gets to actually come back as well.
Yes. So, and also, being able to get all of these satellites into that orbit, that's really hard. But then having 11 and getting them to maintain their orbit is also really difficult.
But you can use a hush.
Oh my gosh.
Just getting the last bare miss. Going in. Landing legs should be deploying in about 10 seconds or so. That is a view from the landing pad.
That is that first stage coming back down to land at Cape Canaveral. History in the making, guys.
Stage 1 is landed. LZ-1, the Falcon is landed. Landing operators moving to procedure 11.100, section 3 on LZ-1 VNet and recovery net. Repeat, the Falcon has landed.
By 611 kilometers.